Hey coaches, what's going on? It's Coach Beast here with another video. I have a really good one for you today. I'm going to show you exactly how we play the 4-4 defense against teams that like to spread you out. That's right. It's super important to know how to play against these spread-based offensive teams because this year you're going to go against a lot of teams that want to spread you out and they want to run in space. They want to spread you out, get ISOs so they can have a major advantage on your players. But I'm going to show you exactly what we do to stop these spread-based teams. Before we get started in this video, do me a solid, like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You'll be doing me a solid. Also, if you're interested in getting any of my playbooks, you can go down to the description box below. I have all my playbooks 85% off. That's right, 85% off. So if you're interested in that, just go down to the description box. All right, so when it comes down to stopping these spread offensive teams, it's all about matchups and it's all about not compromising the box, okay? Because a lot of teams really want you to play outside of the box, and that's when mistakes happen. All right. So when teams try to spread us out in the 4-4 defense, we still like to have 6 men in the box. All right. So we like to have our defensive ends, our tackles, and our 2 middle linebackers playing the box at any given time, especially if we're going against a team that has a running quarterback. Because what teams like to do is they like to spread you out, and then they're going to run with their quarterback, or they're going to give the ball to a really fast, elusive running back, all right? So you don't want to spread out your middle linebackers and you're open in the middle because they're going to bust a big play on you if you do so, okay? So first and foremost, what you want to understand is what's going on in the play, all right? So right here we got a 2-by-2 look. We got a pistol set in the backfield. And what you want to do is match up nicely against these wide receivers. So what we do is we have our outside linebackers. They're going to be playing the slots, all right? The outside linebackers are going to play the slots, going to make sure these slot receivers don't hurt them with bubble screens, with RPOs, things of that nature. Now, it's something that's really important for you to understand, okay? I don't care what formation these teams are in. They can be in 2-by-2. They can be in 3-by-1. They can be in empty, all right? They're still going to run the ball 80 to 90% of the time, all right? That's super important for you to know because you don't need to be afraid if they spraying you guys out. Don't panic because there's an 80 to 90% chance it's just a decoy and they're trying to get you in space to run the ball. They may try to get the ball off to their halfback. They may try to run some kind of sweep or end around. Just know 80 to 90% of the time, they're going to run the ball regardless, all right? So, again, with our outside linebackers, they're going to be on those slots. Then we have our corners. They're playing man coverage, all right? They're playing man coverage. Now, another thing that these teams like to do, they like to run some type of swing play with the halfback. So they may throw the ball to him in space, all right? Like so, they'll throw the ball to him in space. And it's very important to have your middle linebacker spying on the backfield, on the QB, to see what's going on in the backfield so they can actually flow to the ball. It's really important because if this middle linebacker, for example, if he get caught up rushing in the middle, you don't have no backside support. The only person that can flow and really stop this halfback is you leaving it up to these 2 guys, which they may get locked down, right? So that leaves your free safety. He has to flow. If you teach your middle linebackers to play very disciplined ball in the middle and then flow the other way, now what you got is you got that second level support, which is what you need to really shut down these halfbacks in the backfield. Now, something that we absolutely love doing is we'll have one middle linebacker playing a QB spy, and then we'll blitz another guy, right? So let's just say we got our tackles there. We're going B-gap pressure, right, with our tackles. We're going to go B-gap pressure. We're leaving the middle open. That's fine because we still got that support in the middle, right? We're going to have our defensive ends hit that outside like so with C-gap pressure or edge pressure, right? And then now we got this 4-man pressure. What we like to do, and this is kind of some secret sauce, all right? I like to send my backside middle linebacker, I like to send him the blitz, all right? Especially if we know when they line up in this formation, they got a tendency to, hand the ball off to the right side or hand the ball off to the left side. Like we're what we call testing the waters, right? We're seeing what they have going on. If we know they got a tendency to always run to a certain side or like the run off tackle, we will begin to focus our rushing attack on that side, all right? And then on the backside, we're sending pressure where the quarterback don't see it. So we may have this middle linebacker, we may have him shoot the inside gap, the A gap, and come at the quarterback and blow him up, all right? And another principle that's really important for you to understand as a coach is you want to play fast. You don't want the offense to dictate what they bring to you. You want to dictate what you bring to them and put pressure on them. If this quarterback is comfortable, you're in trouble, all right? You never want a quarterback to get comfortable doing what he does, right? You want to put pressure on that quarterback, have him move around in the backfield, have him shook up a little bit because he just took a big hit or a blindside hit or something like that, right? So you want to make sure you always have pressure. So what we'll do is we'll blitz this middle linebacker, and then we'll have our strong side middle linebacker. He'll just play QB spot. We may have him drift over a little bit and be able to man this other gap, right? To see what's going on. Once he know what's going on, he can float to the ball, right? So we do this a lot. We may send this guy, we may send that guy, right? And now check this out. Let's just say this team likes to spread you out, but they're not really a pass-oriented team, right? They're just trying to window dress. They're just trying to kind of put fear in you and get your guys out of position, right? So what you want to play with is integrity, all right? So they may have this guy out here, this slot receiver, and he looks scary. He may fake a bubble screen, but they know this guy can't really catch for real. They may do a bubble screen to try to freak you out, and then they're going to try to hand the ball off on the backside. So they're trying to get flow, and then they're going to try to run it to the weak side. A lot of youth football teams like to do that. They know that most coaches are going to teach their kids to try to play the ball to the strong side, all right? They know that. So they're going to try to window dress on the strong side and have the play flow to the opposite side, which is the left side or the weak side, all right? Or the boundary, depending on their philosophy, all right? So again, what we'll do is if we know this, we won't have this guy blitz in. We're going to have him play spy, see what's going on this side, and we may have a cloud look, right? We may have this middle linebacker go into a cloud, all right? Or what we may do, and we do this a lot in the 4-4 Reaper defense, is we may show that we're going to play this guy, and we're just going to blitz the edge. We're going to blitz the edge, and we're going to bust this quarterback, all right? We do that a lot. So you want to know how, you want to play chess and not checkers, right? You want to know how to read the offense, read what they're giving you, and then you want to offset what they're doing. You want to be able to predict what they're doing. That's why it's so important as a coach that, especially during the second quarter, analyze what the offense is doing, because a lot of teams, right, they love to run spread. They love to give you a spread look, but all they're really trying to do is play you in space, all right, and get the ball to their best player. Some teams only got two good players. They got a good quarterback and a good running back. Or they may have a good quarterback and a good receiver who's quick and elusive, and their running back may be a power guy. Those are your three guys you need to focus on. Once you find out who their top dogs is, you want to take them out of the game, all right? When we're running the 4-4 Reaper defense, our number one objective is to get this quarterback off his game, shut him down, because we believe if we can cut the head off the snake, we got him. All right, they're half of a team. When you shut down the running game with these teams, now they're forced to pass, right? And when they're forced to pass, now you can go into a cloud look, okay? We go into a cloud look. Basically what that is, We'll have our outside linebackers. They're just going to be playing the hooks and curls, all right? Outside linebackers playing the hooks and curls. Our middle linebackers, they're still reading the quarterback and they're flowing to the ball, okay, for run support, all right? Most of the time, we're going to have them play run support. We like to have a six-man box regardless, okay? Once they, let's say they're in a wing T or a double wing where you got two tight ends, and then now we're got an 8-man box, right? But when they spread you out like this, we like to go with a 6-man box in case they run, and then we'll play hooks and curls. Then we have our free safety. Our free safety, 90% of the time, he's going to just play cover one. He's our eyes in the sky. He's our hawk. He's a smart player, right? Because we don't want them to do a bubble screen, right? And then they're trying to get us with some kind of deep route. Now we got backside support. But again, it's super important to understand who are their best players. Because let's be honest, you're a youth football coach if you're watching this 9 times out of 10, or a high school coach, right? We know that a lot of the wide receivers are not even going to get the ball. They're just decoys. They just run support. They're just window dressing. They're just trying to get matchups, okay? We know this, right? So it's our job as the coaches to know, okay, who are their best players, who they like to get the ball to, you know, and who can we stop? So number one, if we can get the quarterback, we know they're half of a team. Then if we can shut down their best runner, oh, they're crippled, okay? We got them. We got them shut down. Now teams begin to get desperate. Now they're going to try to throw bombs and they're going to try to pass the ball. That's when we can go into this cloud look and we can get a lot of interceptions, all right? So the whole key to this thing is to play smart, sound football, understand what type of team you're playing, all right? If you're playing against a pass-oriented team, you need to know. If you're playing against a run-oriented team, you need to know, regardless of the formation, right? Because this will begin to set the tone for how you run the 4-4 Reaper defense and how you can dominate and be in the top 1 or 2 defenses in your league. And this is what's going to get you deep in the playoffs, all right? So that's it, guys. I hope you got value from this video. Again, if you did, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel because we're the number one source for youth football, all right, content. My goal is to make sure that you win more games and score more points, all right? That's what I'm totally dedicated to for you, all right? So be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And again, if you want to get your hands on the 4-4 Reaper Defensive Playbook or any of my playbooks, just go down to the description box below. All right, guys. And remember, win more games, score more points. You know why? Because winners win. Beast out.